Hello, 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 my angels and Reiki rebels. This is going to be a Reiki session channeling a general healing. I think I'm really feeling this need to return to center, this desire to ground the nervous system, and I really want this to be to help you fuel some sort of emotional or stress release. So we'll focus on stress relief, and I'll also pull a few cards for this collective, and then just chat about where I've been, what's been going on with me. I am currently in Finland at a writing residency, my second writing residency. And it has been such an incredible and fascinating and illuminating and learning experience, and I really am so excited to talk about it. I unfortunately was not able to bring my mic setup on my travels with me, so this is going to be less ASMR and more just an update and a healing session for you. I hope that you get a lot out of it regardless. And yeah, if you really want the ASMR elements, this may not be the video for you. But yeah, let's get started. It's been a little while since I created for my YouTube family. I am excited. Okay, so immediately a card jumped out. Okay, so I also just did a brief card pull. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I have this weekly series called Sunday Soul Messages that I'm thinking about bringing some iteration of to YouTube as well. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know. But I just did a very brief card pull for my Instagram audience, and for that collective, Guardian of the Waters came out. And now it's jumping out at us, which is so interesting because, I mean, I say interesting, I don't believe in coincidences. I know that so many of us need what this card is espousing. It says abundance, balance, and moderation. So, moderation is a sticking point for me a little bit because I'm an intense person. And I think many of us are. We're also taught to be, there's so much that's polarizing about our world today, right? So we're taught to go toward extremes. We're taught that it's one or the other, or it's black or white. There's so much binary thinking. And really, so much of life is a spectrum. I mean, I could start talking about the gender binary, but I'm going to save that for another video. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that when I hear moderation, part of me always hears everything in moderation, even moderation. And this is something that I used to say when I was a teenager, which is kind of fun and silly. But I remember because my dad used to tell me, moderation is key, Kimia. This was always something my wonderful Gemini dad, he always taught me this. But I learned pretty quickly on that wouldn't always feel natural for me. In fact, it didn't feel natural at all for quite some time. But I have also learned, this really goes with the Temperance card in the tarot. Sometimes we do just need to come to that space of balance and moderation. But there's also discernment that's required here, right? So there's this feeling of like, yeah, but when is too much moderation? When is there too much moderation, right? And who's to say? Who's moderating? There's an added layer of that too, as well. And I always thought this, and I didn't realize that it was actually Maya Angelou said this, I believe to Oprah years ago, which I guess I was on the same wavelength as Maya Angelou, which checks out. But I never knew that this was a quote from her. I always just said it when I was 16 or 17. I picked it up somewhere, and it's always been a sticking point. It's always stuck in my mind. So maybe this is resonating for you as well. I'm going to pull another card to get some more clarity on this. It's really about also deciding for you, like having that personal discernment for yourself. What do I need more moderation in my life around? And what do I need more of? What is too much, when am I having too much moderation? Which is actually handed down from this sort of stoic asceticism that can be part of the wellness world and the spiritual communities that many of us move in, right? Like being told you're too much, being told, yeah, like the clean girl aesthetic. Like, I am all for personal growth and self-development and bettering yourself, but how much healing is too much healing, right? And who is telling us that we need to adhere to a certain look or aesthetic? I mean, you all know that I've just got the messy hair at all times. Like, trying to fit myself into that box feels really limiting. I'm speaking specifically of the clean girl aesthetic now. I'm all over the place with this video. Maybe we're feeling all over the place. I think this collective is feeling a little bit distracted, yeah? So, Warden of the Wilds, reverence, protection, and the cycle of life. And there's this beautiful elk, which is also, this is gonna make me emotional because the elk is one of my power animals, and I really wanted to see one while I'm here in Finland. I am manifesting that I see one while I'm in Northern Europe because they're just such special animals, and they really are a symbol of protection from spirit. They are for me, and they are for this collective because I say so. No, because I'm really feeling that this is what we're channeling right now. So let me know if you also feel this way about elk. We're going to pull one more card. What else does this collective need to know, Spirit? Okay. I think we need one more shuffle. Because yeah, we are feeling distracted. Oh, okay. One popped out at me, so we'll do two more cards. All right. So we have dreamy tranquility, stillness, subconscious, and water. Let's see so you can see it all. And then we have red gold of the forest, the lingonberry, bounty, nourishment, and fertility. And this is something I'm really feeling called toward personally, to both call in more into my life and also to speak about how we need it, especially if you consider yourself a creative being, which we all are, let's get that straight, but also naming yourself an artist, a visionary, a poet, a storyteller, a painter, whatever your medium of choice is. If you consider yourself creative, this is especially important for you, for us, which is really to find those spaces of stillness, to really find time to rest, to find time to relax, to find time to be with uncertainty, to be with yourself, to really oscillate, hang out in the liminal spaces. I have said it before and I'll say it again. This has really been the past 2 years of every time I find I'm leaving one liminal space, it feels like I'm digging into another deeper layer of another larger liminal space that I am then moving through. And it just feels like there's the continual pockets of liminal spaces of the in-between. And I've learned that I'm no longer screaming into the void, I'm flirting with the void instead. And when you start flirting with the void, it flirts back, let me tell you. So there's this dreamy tranquility that comes when we allow ourselves to be still. And when we access the subconscious. So for some of you, this is also learning to work with the subconscious more. Playing those subliminal tracks while you're doing other activities, maybe while you're sleeping. And then water again. So really letting yourself feel your emotions. Move through the emotional release that needs to happen. And for some of us, that's big mad. We need to allow ourselves to feel our sacred rage. We need to feel our sacred mad. I'm gonna coin that and start using it because I think it's cute and also really fucking resonant for these times, right? Am I right or am I right? So when we allow ourselves to dance with that dreamy tranquility, that's when we can access the red gold of the forest, the gem that is the lingonberry in the Nordic forest, the bounty and nourishment and fertility for some of us, but really just appreciating the abundance that's all around us in all its forms, everything that nature has to give us. Okay, so we're going to get into the Reiki portion now, and I'll keep talking about these things, but I do want to start the flow now. The red gold of the forest. It's just such a beautiful mental image. Shone, conscious, shone, conscious, shone. And I wanted to talk also about my walks through the Finnish forest and about the artist residency I've been doing. This is my second artist residency, writing residency. And I'm here working on my book, on my novel. But it's funny how I say that it's important to have time to rest and relax. And I've been allowing myself to do that this summer. I haven't been here just to be disciplined. I've been here to be devoted to my craft, and sometimes being devoted to your craft, whatever craft that may be, also involves just letting yourself be. Like I said, dancing with the void, existing in the liminal space, and just trusting that this time that you're spending doing that, this kind of timeless time that exists within the void that we can access when we're in flow state, is crucial. It's crucial to doing more, creating more, producing more, yes, but also to existing as the creative beings that we are, as the spiritual beings that we are. We are part of something so much greater than just ourselves as these puny little individuals on this speck in the middle of space, right? We are channeling the divine in every moment. So why not allow ourselves the space to really place our attention on how big that is? Like, yeah, we are small, we are tiny, but we're also part of something greater. We are not alone. We are always surrounded by our spirit team, our angels, our benevolent ancestors. And it's when we give ourselves the time and the space to tap into that, to remember that, to really evoke that ancient remembrance, that's when we remember ourselves. And we remember what we're here to do. And the inspiration comes flowing in. So breathing into that. And I'm curious what questions you have for me about this residency, because there's so much that I could talk about. And I am, I don't know where to start really. It's in the Finnish forest, and I've been here for a little over a month now. I started by letting myself really relax into the rhythms of this place because it's also a creative co-living community. It's not just, thank you, Spirit of the Wind. It is not just an artist residency, so there are just all kinds of characters. But I really spent the beginning of my time here allowing myself to relax into the rhythms of the place, and also to meet some triggers and some wounding that was coming up around not feeling like I'm doing enough as an artist and as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So I'm also facing these wounds, and I'm happy to say that I moved through them, because I really do trust that in this season of my life, I am enough. I always am, we always are, but I'm really embodying that in a whole new way that I was never able to access before, because I just did not feel good enough for the longest time. And it's funny that when I started, so I've been teaching myself how to watercolor, because I thought, if not here, then where? So as soon as I started playing and experimenting and learning new things artistically and allowing myself to be imperfect, even bad, like my first attempts are objectively not masterpieces, let's just say that. But I'm allowing myself to be imperfect and to try new things. And as soon as I did that, immediately hit with inspiration for my novel. Immediately was able to get back to my pages, which I was feeling not blocked on, but just a little stagnant with at first when I arrived. And it feels so good to do that. I highly recommend doing that. So maybe that's why I had to re-record this, because I was meant to tell you that. So breathing into that, breathing into trust and surrender and allowing ourselves to be imperfect. And then it was starting to rain I felt a few droplets. So I think there's also that emotional cleansing and the stress release that I mentioned at the beginning. So just lightening the load for you. Let me take that off your hands. Let me lessen the pressure of that immediate stressor. Yeah, good. Release. Let it come up so you can let it go. It's gonna keep taking that off your shoulders. And as you can see, I am recording the outro to this video at a different time, because my iPhone storage was seriously messing with my steez. But I am staging this YouTube comeback. It is happening, and I'm really excited about it. We're making it happen. Taking a few more deep and cleansing breaths together. And I'm just hoping that my iPhone is not going to hit me with that notification again. Send good vibes. Good storage vibes. It's been such a joy creating for you again. I'm not letting so long go between this and my next video. Sending you so much love, gratitude, and deep belly breaths.